Well, one final time, we welcome you back inside Co's BMW for the Ram Report. Brian Roth back with you, shifting gears from football to volleyball, and what a scene you just saw at Moby Arena on Saturday night. The defending national champions in town, and it was a match that went to 5, and UCLA would end up taking that 5th set and win the match. And joined by head coach Tom Hilbert. Tom, first off, what an atmosphere last night at Moby Arena.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I think it was the 4th largest crowd recorded, and people immediately made comparisons to last year's Nebraska match, but the difference was there were very, very few UCLA fans. It was all Rams. It was a whiteout, and it was a great atmosphere. Lots of students making a lot of noise.
Talk about the ebbs and flows of the match. You lose the first, win the second, lose the third, win the fourth.
It was really interesting, and there were a lot of point runs for both teams, and you don't like to see that, long point runs, if you feel like you're playing at a high caliber. But we opened up, jumping out ahead of them 8-1, and our crowd was into it, our team was focused, our game plan was working right from the beginning, and then they came back, as good teams do, and end up beating us on some point runs at the end of the first set. So then we go into the second set, and I said this last night in the press conference. Set 2 against UCLA may have been the best set of volleyball since I've been a coach at CSU that one of my teams has played. Considering the opponent we were playing, how close it was, how effective we were, how well they were playing, and we still come away with the win. And that was really, really great for us to see.
Yeah, I saw the stats. You guys hit 349. They hit above 300. Yeah.
And we had 18 kills, which is, against the number 2 team in the country, that's just insanely good.
Well, as you guys head into the 4th set, you guys are down 2-1, but you come out and you beat them 25-13. To do that against a caliber of team like UCLA.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. And I credit the crowd a lot for that one, because they really got into it. We got another good start, and all of a sudden UCLA was playing really tight. And they kind of gave us a lot of points, but we were playing really well and not giving anything else up. Didn't let them back in, and the next thing you know, I looked at the score and it was like 20-9 or something, and I'm thinking, this shouldn't be happening. But it was really a combination of us playing clean, them being sort of disrupted by this environment that was just raucous.
And then into the 5th and final decisive set, you guys lose 15-10, but yeah. Up 10-9.
Yeah, up 10-9. We were up at the switch. And again, we've been haunted this year by getting stuck in rotations and not being able to get out of them. We have to solve that problem, and because it's going to happen against other teams too. It happened there against UCLA, and we consider ourselves a good blocking team. They're a great blocking team, and they shut some people on our team down, and we had no answers.
I know after that match, it's probably a bittersweet feeling. You feel good because you know you can compete with the best of the nation, but at the same time, you came away with a loss.
We could have won.
Yeah.
We could have won. And we get through that rotation, then we go around and Dana Cranston moves to the left front, and all of a sudden we're in our best scoring rotations. So just, one thing happens and we get a break, and all of a sudden we got a chance to win that thing. And it's disappointing, but I like to also look at it in the other way, saying we're good enough. We're good enough. So let's take that away from this, and let's learn from it, grow. Now let's go win the Mountain West Conference.
Yep, you're going to start that road to a Mountain West Conference championship coming up here this week. You open up with New Mexico. Your thoughts not only on that match, but on the conference as a whole?
Well, number one, there are a lot of hard places to play in the Mountain West. We also add Fresno State, and they look like they're pretty good. So it'll be fun. It'll be interesting. And as I've said, we're plagued with some problems that aren't just problems against the number 2 team in the country. We're plagued with some issues that we need to solve. Again, sometimes that's good though, Brian, because your team then says, hey, we must get better at this, and they'll focus and practice, and we'll have good weeks of practice. And that's what we need. If we can solve some of those problems, then we can win this conference and get in the NCAA. And then all of these other matches that we've been playing that are so tough really help us.
All right, Tom, hey, good effort on Saturday night. Best of luck against New Mexico.
Thank you very much.
Okay, that's head coach Tom Hilbert, and that's going to wrap up the program here from Coes BMW. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back coming up next week here on the Ram Report.